Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on enhanced performance testing of your app, integrating JMeter with pCloudy. My name is Shivani Sinha, and I'll be your host today. Today's presenters are Nilesh Tarale and Rajiv Sharma. Nilesh is working as the Vice President Pre-Sales at pCloudy, and he has around 18 years of rich experience in varied domains like product development, testing, and pre-sales. He has worked primarily in mobile application and mobile device testing domain with companies like Saskin, Motorola, Nokia, and Accenture. Talking about our second speaker, Rajiv, he's the Associate Vice President Operations at Crestek Software System. That's one of our partner companies. He has more than 20 years of IT experience managing Center of Excellence for Non-Functional Testing, large testing programs, and strategic projects successfully. He's also worked with companies like Headstrong, Merrill Lynch, and Fidelity in past. So before we begin today's webinar, let us review some housekeeping items. Firstly, this webinar is being recorded and we'll be distributing the recording via email to you, which you can share with your internal teams or your friends and watch it again later. Secondly, your line is currently muted, so please feel free to submit any questions during the webinar by utilizing the chat function at the bottom. But we'll be taking up all the questions towards the end of the webinar. The webinar is 60 minutes, is planned for a 60-minute session where we'll be talking 45 minutes and rest 10 to 15 minutes will be for the Q&A. So now I'd like to turn over the presentation to Nilesh.
Thanks, Shivani, for a quick introduction and setting the right rules here. All right, so I would like to welcome all the participants once again from the pCloudy team. I'll go on to the next slide just to talk about the agenda. So let me quickly run through the agenda, what we have today and what we are going to deliver it in this webinar. We'll be quickly having a look at the introduction about pCloudy, a brief introduction. We'll see why this JMeter pCloudy is important from the integration perspective. We'll also have a look at what prerequisites typically needed for this integration. We will see a quick APM test suite which will be integrated with JMeter, and we'll just walk through the quick code from there so that you can execute those on pCloudy as well. We will see the configuration part about the plugin which we have created for JMeter, and we will run the test cases once on pCloudy so that execution can be seen, followed by the results. We'll show you what kind of artifacts and results we are providing, which makes value add to your functional performance testing, followed by Q&A, as Shivani mentioned. So without wasting further time, let's move on to the quick introduction about pCloudy. Now, I could see that a lot of participants are already existing users of pCloudy. So for them, it could be repetitions, but there are so many participants who are joining this webinar first time. So for their benefit, I would just like to quickly give a brief about pCloudy, what we do at pCloudy and what we support at pCloudy. So pCloudy is the continuous testing cloud where one can test their mobile applications from anywhere, anytime, right? It's a remote device cloud test platform in that way. It helps you to enable continuous testing to increase the speed of your application testing. With access to more than 5,000 plus device browser combinations, pCloudy solves the issue of testing applications on multiple devices with different hardware and software configurations. You're going to get multiple devices with variety of hardware and software configurations. Because of this, you don't have to necessarily manage or create the device labs at your end. You can pretty much use pCloudy for this purpose. Apart from the functional validation of mobile applications, you can also run the automation test on real devices here, and that too on multiple devices parallelly in order to achieve the speed, quality at speed, because you can actually reduce the time to market if you're running your test on multiple devices parallelly. pCloudy is integrated with most of the popular testing frameworks and tools like APM, Espresso, XUI Test, and collaboration tools like Jira, GitHub, Slack, and many more. So in a way, you get the complete collaboration done with this particular platform. Apart from that, we do also have the test analytics, which will be pretty meaningful when you look at the artifacts and the reports. And last but not the least, of course, pCloudy also fits in your mobile DevOps story, right? So this is what, in a nutshell, I can say pCloudy is all about. But one more thing here is basically this is a single stop shop where you can actually do pretty much everything, including the crowd testing. So in case you have a need of doing the crowd testing, pCloudy is the place where you can get all these things done. Moving on to the next part, just to see a quick journey about pCloudy so far. So pCloudy has also been recognized by Gartner recently. In the they have included in the product in the latest reports on mobile testing tools landscape. We are also covered in G2 Crowd, of course. Apart from that, if you really look at it, we have 100,000 plus users registered on pCloudy. That is one of the key milestones we have achieved recently. The platform is pretty stable and recognized because 700,000 plus testing hours or device hours been already used on this platform by customers globally. We have 500 plus companies using pCloudy in their day-to-day mobile application testing across the globe, and of which 20 plus Fortune 500 companies are already boarded on pCloudy. They're working with us from a couple of years. To quickly have a look at the key customers or clientele which we have onboarded. If you really look at the slide, we have customers from pretty much all the verticals. I will not certainly talk about each and every customer, which you can see it from here, but if you really look at the verticals, we have customers from telecom, insurance, banking, healthcare and pharma, services, engineering, and e-commerce. So pretty much all the verticals are using pCloudy. So we have better fitment in pretty much all the verticals here. Apart from this, we also have a partnership with our key partners, which are mentioned it here, including UST Global, Infosys, Capgemini, Hexaware, and HCL. Now, the solution which we have at pCloudy is all about mobility, is what you would have got a sense of when I was giving a brief introduction about pCloudy. So we have not restricted ourselves only to the mobile solutions in the sense Android and iOS. We also have capability to support the custom hardwares, which we have already demonstrated in the past, and a couple of customers are already using their custom hardwares on pCloudy in their on-premise solutions. So that's why I was calling it a one-stop shop. Now, without wasting further more time, I would like to hand over the session to Rajiv to take us through the JMeter pCloudy integration part. Let me quickly give the control to Rajiv. Rajiv, over to you.
Thanks, Nilesh. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. So as Nilesh has spoken about pCloudy, so it's a one-stop shop. This is a platform like where we can do multiple things. Now, from the perspective of like performance testing, like which is one of the predominant need into the software testing. So there was a need that which came out that usually we do the performance testing for the mobile application, which is quite important. Now, in general, because this is one of the key functionality which is very prominent for any successful business. Now, if the mobile application is not able to sustain a defined load, the operational volume, there is a high degree that the volume or the users will migrate to the competitor. Now, this is quite important that we undertake any kind of like capability and capacity planning before we make our mobile application live. Usually, what happens is there is a lot of focus on the tools which predominantly load the server side of the application. We use tools like JMeter, we do like Micro Focus Load Runner or NeoLoad. So they can actually load the application server with the designed workload models. Now, one thing out of this is very evident that we get a good confidence on the server capability, that my application periphery is going to take care of the load which will come out in the operation. So that gives a thumbs up to the business. The one area which is I think not much focused always, but I think now it is getting focused. Now this is screen rendering. So imagine an example that you are browsing a product on a e-tailer site, and you find that this product is not loading well, or this is not taking too much time. So in that case, there is a intention from the user to switch to the competitor retailer. So from understanding that what if my capability of the server is perfect, then is it the user experience is also seamless? That becomes the key priority for the application performance as well. So now with this rich UIs and the rich platforms are getting introduced, we have got a lot of new technology getting in place, which have a lot of client-side functions enabled, which usually sometimes takes time. So to understand what is the overall response time or rendering time at the client or the device side, that becomes one of the key aspect of the test. Traditionally, for any server-side testing, what we do is we can take care of like the APIs or the HTTPS calls, requests, which bombard the server. But then this is the part which can either be like simulated using multiple things. Simulators are also used to do it. But then in this aspect, the interesting part was that we have the customers like who having the APM test suite with them, and they wish that if they can use their APM test suite to record the user experience. So this particular part of presentation is going to focus on the integration which allows the pCloudy user, which has the APM test suite enabled, can use those scripts or reuse those scripts for the performance validation on the device rendering perspective. So in a nutshell, the same script which is enabling the automation can also look at the rendering time on the device and can bring added value to the application. Little bit more, so I think many of us might be knowing it, so I will not be taking much time here. JMeter, we know that this is the open source tool which is quite popular now. It can definitely be used for any kind of testing, including API. This also replicate both mobile and performance, and it has the features like which can also provide a rich interface to the analysis part as well. Now, in today's session, we will explore one interesting feature which typically is not needed, because JMeter is quite a complete tool itself. But then the problem statement which we are talking about, it is extending the library of particular application, so that we will see how we are utilizing functionality of JMeter to invoke that process. Clouding, I won't cover. I think pretty much covered by Nilesh in detail, so we are aware of that. So let me quickly move to it. For this integration, what is needed? So this is on the software side. So this software is on the tester's desktop. So we should have Java 1.8 JMeter version at least 5.11. Perl version 5. This is used for the reporting purpose. So we have done a customized report which can give a glimpse of the detailed rendering time as well as the resources. So can be a quite correlation on the device and on the rendering time. And then we also need a plugin which we have created for the integration part. So we call it here JMeter integration.jar. So this is all what is required at the tester's system. And once this is there, I think from the testing perspective, that is ready. But still, there is a need that there should be an active account on the pCloudy platform. And as I said, that this process is all to reuse the APM test suite. So we should have an APM automation suite which should have test scripts, obviously, which will simulate the business process. So this whole combination will be needed before we start running this whole scenario. In the next slide, Nilesh, if you can walk us through this particular detailed automated suite, I think that will be okay. So let me upgrade you to the presenter.
Thanks, Rajiv. Yeah, sure, I can do that. All right, so I have the Eclipse open here, and we do have a sample project which you can get it from the GitHub of pCloudy. We have certain sample projects available for all the APM automation we have. For different languages, we have everything from Java here, but we also support rest of the other things. For the sake of JMeter integration, we have taken the Java project, which you can see it here, JMeter test ng with pCloudy APM with pCloudy reports, right? So I have just taken that. I have opened the file called controller.java, which you can see it from here. So if you see the source folder here and see the organization of the files, we have a couple of files here, which starts like controller.java, where we will be using pCloudy APIs to use certain APIs and book the devices. I'll be walking through this particular code. Apart from that, we have device context.java, test case 1, test case 2. These are the test cases which we have written, typically the functional part, and we have the test setup .java file, right? So let me quickly walk you through this controller.java, which is very, very important for you in case you want to run the test on pCloudy platform asset, right? So I'm assuming that the participants here are already having some exposure to the APM. So even before I go to the controller, if I just say that I have a test case class here written test class 1 and test class 2, these are the classes or files where I have written a single test cases here. You can have multiple test cases as well, but this is a place where I have written a test case. This is one test case where I'm performing certain operations on the application, right? This is another class where I'm created one more test where I'm actually doing some certain other functionality of my application, right? So these are the two test cases which I will be running using this particular project. Now let me go to the controller.java and tell you what exactly we have in this code. Okay, so if you see here, controller class, in this we have running the test ng test, where I'm creating the object for the test ng and then coming down. And here I'm saying that, you know, I will be running both the classes, the test class 1, test class 2. That's what, and if I have multiple test classes, I can keep on adding it here by creating new XML class here, right? After that, I'll be creating the device list. I will be taking the devices test from here. And what I will be doing here is typically I'll be creating a connector first. I'll be creating a connection with device.pcloudy.com/API. This is the cloud URL where the APM server is running. So basically, I'm creating a connection with this particular server, and after connecting the connection here, after connecting to the server, APM server, we will be doing the authentication typically. So that's the reason Rajiv was mentioning that, we will have to have an active account with pCloudy. So you should be having a active account with pCloudy, for which you will have to provide the username and password API key, which I have already provided here. With this, the authentication of the user will happen on the device, on the cloud. After that, we are calling our APIs. These are all our APIs. Our platform is an API-based platform where I'm calling an API to choose multiple devices. So when you run this particular code, it will give you the list of devices which we have on the cloud, and you can go and choose multiple devices. As this is one of the feature I have mentioned some time back, that you can run your automation test on multiple devices parallelly. So this is what you can achieve through this API to select multiple devices. And once you have the multiple devices, then you can see here what we are doing is basically we are passing the application which is under test, and we will upload that particular file to the cloud drive. In case the application is already there, we will skip this part, but if it is not there, we will upload this particular application on the cloud drive, and from there we're going to use it for automation. Now, once we book the selected devices to the console, we will actually create a list in this, and then we will set the capabilities to each device. If you're selecting 2 devices, then we will be iterating this loop for twice, and for each device we will be selecting all the necessary capabilities which is typically needed for the APM, and then we will be creating the XML file. Okay, so we'll be creating an XML file. A dynamic XML file will be created, and then you will see that the test will start executing, right? So this is what this code talks about. Of course, we don't have enough time to go through each and every line of code, but all in all, this is how the code is spread across. Now, once we have the controller.java, once you have the test classes with you, you can actually have a device context.java. This is a place where we have given all the variable names which we are using it inside. It's a global one. And then setup.java, which we have seen from here, we are triggering all the tests on pCloudy. So I don't want to run this test from here and show you how we can run it on pCloudy, because we will be using the same test suite to run it on pCloudy using JMeter plugin. So I will hand over the session back to Rajiv, who will take us through the JMeter part, and then of course the execution part of these test cases on pCloudy. So let me give back control to Rajiv.
Preview of what exactly the code we have got in place. So I think a detailed view on the class, how the code has been customized. So it gives a glimpse of how we are connecting the APM script into that, putting into the different devices and putting into the different report format. So thanks, Nilesh, for that part. So moving on. So now, as we have understood that we have got this plugin ready. So now what to do with this plugin? So from the user perspective, do I need to have that much of coding knowledge? So I would say a little bit of coding knowledge is required over here. Because what we are talking about a little expanded feature from the JMeter. So an appetite. So we will provide you the insight of what exactly is going to happen and how to do it. But then understanding is needed, which can help in troubleshoot. So as we talk about this jar, so this plugin file JMeter integration.jar. So this will be provided, and this can be capped into the JMeter directory under library and extension folder. So once it is kept, if you see this snippet on the right side of the screen, that's a snippet from the JMeter test plan. When we go to the JMeter test plan, on the bottom of the screen, we find the option of library. We choose this library, and we will able to extend the functionality of this particular jar into our application. So this is the step one of configuring this plugin. The second step is quite interesting, and that is where you traditionally need not to do it in the JMeter scripts. But what are we going to do here is we are gonna invoke the bean shell sampler. So this is a very strong sampler which can extend the functionality of an existing API and can add connect the applications as well. In our perspective, how we are going to use it. So when we create a thread group under the test plan, we create a bean shell sampler, and then using that beans shell sampler, we can write a small code. Now, what is this code all about? So this code, we are importing the controller class. So if you remember back in Nilesh has shown the complete code which has the controller class. So in this space, we are importing that object, and this obviously is coming from the jar, which is you have just imported into the library of JMeter. So this class file comes from there. Now, next step is that the code where we create an object of this controller class, and we also have a customized report, which I said earlier that it is done using the Perl version 5. So we pass on a customized parameter which will create the custom report. So using this format, the custom report is going to create. This is all which is needed from the configuring this plugin. Once this plugin is configured, so we are pretty much good to go. Now, if I recapture it, so my plugin is having a specific connection to the account of pCloudy, and also have a defined scripts available. So which means as of now, I have two tests which can be invoked through it. I have a choice of device which I can choose. I can choose ABC at any point of time. I can do it concurrently, but those scripts can run multiple times and with the multiple devices in the way we want to run it. So from the testing point of view, when we want to execute the test, so I think the important part is that this test is preferred when the server is heavily loaded. Now, this is because we are going to take the rendering time of the application under the heavy load. So if I do it without any heavy load on the server, then I might be not getting the right impression of what customer will perceive when he will look at the application. So important aspect, I also should have my API test ready with this test suite, which may be running in parallel or from the command line, but that should be there. That will give a complete glimpse of what glitches customer do see in case of mobile device. Now, simply once this code is ready, I just have to press the run button, so which is the triangle, the green in the red box. If I hit the red button, as Nilesh mentioned, that there is an array of the devices which is hosted on the pCloudy platform. This will be available for the users to select. Now, user can select multiple device or one device at a time. Upon selection, that particular test will be executed on these devices. I have executed the test after selection of the devices. In the snippets, you can see that my execution has been complete. So next part is that the report which I'm talking about. I can get a report which has the detailed time duration, and that is the interest area, which tells me that how much user rendering time will be there on a particular device. So this can vary on device to device. If I'm doing on a particular like iOS or Android, this can vary depending on the way I have written the code, use the components which can be more time taken, or can be the size of the images could take more time. So that will be depending on the multiple conditions. It also gives us stats of like how many tests which ran and how many pass fail. So that's a typical test metrics which will come out. So beyond that, the thing which is important is about the duration, which gives us the rendering time. Now the interesting part for this report is that this report has the additional value in terms of like it provides the details of the device, which means like I can see the CPU chart of that what was happening when my CPU was like loaded. So I was running a scenario, and also it may be like waiting for some instance coming back from the application server, and since application server was heavily loaded, so there was a wait. So this will obviously give us multiple analysis when we see the detailed report, and this will help in analyzing the application behavior in different time. It can help us in correlating, because if you look at the x-axis of the graph of the CPU chart, we can see that at a particular given point of time, how the CPU or the application resource are behaving. So this gives us a complete glimpse of what is going around in the application. I can quickly play a quick video how this looks in the real time. So that will gives a real view of what is going around. So as I demonstrated, we take a BSN sampler, we write the code, which is again creating a class from my jar file. I have kept my jar in my library. I press the run button. My test is starting. Now, while this test is starting, it is doing the connections. It is checking the validity of the account on the pCloudy. It is checking, the number of test cases which are there available for the execution. I can select the device here. In this case, I have selected one device, but if you see, I have an array of 132 devices which can be selected, and I can view my results on a particular device. Then as soon as I select the device, my test is going to begin, and that is happening on the real device on the pCloudy platform. If I do it as Nilesh mentioned, multiple devices, so it will go on simultaneously. So it will not wait for one after another. It will go together concurrently. So that's an advantage of using this plugin. So let me take you a little bit ahead onto this. So this way the test run, and I can show you the report, how the report look like. So that's a report, consolidated report. Since it has ran for a particular device, so we can look at the number of tests which are passed, which are failed, and it is also showing the time for the each class. So we can expand it. We can see that what is happening at each step. Now you can see the details that even for a button, for a login button to display, there is a time. So which means we can understand now that every layer of the application can be tracked, and imagine when there is a huge load which is there on the application server. That time my application might not be responding well, so that time can increase. These are the graphs, which is quite important. As I said, from the server resource consumption, this is quite important. So this will give a complete view of what exactly has happened onto the application at that point of time. So I can again go back and look at each step, that what is happening. If it is a launch application, how much time it is taking. I'm taking a screenshot, how much time it took. It took 1 second. So this kind of detail will come into this report, and this can be further collaborated with the performance test results which are from the API, and can give a view that when we took this snapshot of user experience at the peak load, or onto the ramp up time or ramp down time, what conditions were there. So we can correlate these conditions into the different way, which will tell us that whether the application is good to go into the production or not. So this way, this particular plugin will help us to identify the various parameters and conditions which can impact the application performance. Now, I think little bit on this plugin. This plugin, as I said, that we have got the reports. Now, there are reports which are available on the pCloudy platform as well. Now, from performance testing point of view, it is quite important that we get a consolidated view on each step, which is telling us the time of each resource. Now, this resource time is quite important for me, because now I am going to collaborate this report with my API test as well. This report can be customized. For now, we have kept this format, but this for any purpose, if we want to customize this report, this can be done. Overall, if I look at the scenario, my total elapsed time is for the scenario is 35 seconds. So it is like showing in minutes, but this is actually minute second. So that's 35 seconds I have taken to execute the whole scenario. If I have got multiple scenarios here, it would have given me the multiple results over here, which I could have compared easily. So I think with this, I think I would end up my show window, and this is the time I think we can go for Q&A. So I think we can have the questions now. I'll wait for the questions.